The Chief Justice, Ms. Justice Sophia Akuffo, says building of more prisons in the country will not necessarily address the issue of congestion in the country's prisons. She suggested a holistic look at the justice delivery system, especially the criminal sector. Ms. Akuffo said this when she opened a multi-stakeholder conference on the Non-Custodial Sentencing Policy Zero draft bill in Accra.
Congestion at prisons in Ghana is a major challenge facing the prison service and key players in the justice delivery system. A recent report by the United Nations described overcrowding in the country's prisons as a violation of human rights on the part of the inmates. Prisons in Ghana are choked with most of the inmates on remand.
A vast majority of the prison population was made up of persons awaiting trial on petty offences. Many remand prisoners were lost in the system and remain beyond the time they would have spent if they had been convicted of the alleged crimes that they had committed. Sometimes the very corrective measures that we have put in place to protect and reform people make them more vengeful and bitter against the society.
The drafting of a non-custodial bill seeks to bring some reforms in the country's justice delivery.
We also, as part of the NIDA project, conducted a research to look at the public's view when it comes to non-custodial sentence. Would they prefer this or that? And we use real cases in court. When you look at those who were in favor for non-custodial sentence for someone who has gone to steal a mobile phone of a cheaper cost and a slippers, 69.9% said they would have preferred the person to have a non-custodial sentence rather than being sentenced to prison. When you look at someone stealing food items like branches of plantain, 67.9% were in favor of non-custodial sentence. When it came to cement blocks of about 600, still we had 41% not in favor, but 50.8% who were in favor. And finally, when it got to stealing a goat, which we hear often, 68.2% said they would have preferred giving them community service than being sentenced to prison.
The Chief Justice, Ms. Sophia Akuffo, said the drafting of a non-custodial bill is a step in the right direction because some of the country's laws need to be reformed.
There are all kinds of social interventions that we must now also commit as a nation, and the Post Foundation, that's also part of this activity, because if you don't do the whole activity and you leave bits, they will continue to hang and draw down the effectiveness of what we want to do. One of the things that has not worked in our favor in this country is that sometimes we have such a multiplicity of that it creates more confusion than resolve the problems they are supposed to be resolved.
Ms. Sophia Akuffo said the national debate on the bill must critically look at congestion in the prisons. The Danish ambassador to Ghana, Madame Tovi Dembo, reiterated the Danish government's support to the passing of the bill into law. The conference is the first of a nationwide consultation and public discussion on the non-custodial draft bill.